A lot of the GP records were typed on the 24th of June 2020. That's when they were last typed. On the 24th of June 2021, these three ladies turned up in a car, apps for NHS, AP5, number 4 NHS is the registration plate. I'll get to that in a minute. These three ladies turned up on the 24th of June 2021 and had an anniversary party with the people in the property and the business below my house. There's three ladies. The one hugging is the one that they came to see. The other two are the other two. They turned up on the 24th of June 2021. As I say, there's four ladies. They had an anniversary party for 3 to 4 hours on the 24th of June 2021. I found this an extremely suspicious coincidence that the hospital records and the GP records were last typed on the 24th of June 2020, and these people turned up to have an anniversary party on the 24th of June 2021. Three ladies, I don't know who they are, but they had a car, apps for NHS. There's a VW Golf or Polo, apps for NHS. I have sent these pictures to the coroner's office, which didn't really help me because the coroner got his secretary to ring me back to say that I should get legal advice. I don't really know what that means, but I did say to them that I thought that it was very suspicious that these three ladies had an anniversary party on the 24th of June 2021 when all the hospital records and the doctors' GP records were last typed on the 24th of June 2020. As I say, I was told to make a note of the dates when anyone or anything happened that was suspicious. This says 24th of June PM 2021, white Golf. They turned up in the afternoon of the 24th of June 2021 and had an anniversary party for 3 to 4 hours with some people in a business below where I live. As I say, last time the GP records were typed was on the 24th of June 2020. Every day that this silver Golf was in the car park in 2020, from April through to October, November in 2020, there was a policeman in a police car every single day down the road, and he would acknowledge these people in the silver Golf. The policeman in the police car was the first police officer that I reported everything to in the Honiton Police station. I don't know what his name is or what his badge number is, but I called him Officer Top Knot because he had a top knot for a hairstyle. I did take pictures and videos of him in his own car when he was sat outside my house in 2021, 2022, and I've got video evidence of him sitting outside my house and acting very suspiciously, both in uniform and in plain clothes, but in his own car, in a plain car. It's a black, not too sure what kind of car, but I videoed it. Anyway, I've got video evidence of him being outside my place as well. This is the officer's car who is sat outside my house. He's been there. He was there. He was in a police car through the whole of 2020 down the road when the silver Golf was turning up. They acknowledge each other, the silver Golf and the police officer who drove this car. He was outside my house in 2021, 2022 a lot. I've got the dates that he was there, and I've got video evidence of him being outside. It was on days that I was being hacked through my Google account, and I've got the number that came up and the details of my account was logged into by two different people, one of them me and one of them this chap. Well, I presume it was this chap. As I say, he was outside my house when I was being hacked, and when I turned all my devices off and ran down the road, he screeched out of the car park and went round the corner, and had obviously thought he'd lost me. Anyway, and I videoed him and I videoed his car. This has been going on since 2020. We're now in 2020, 2021, 2022 and 2023. We're in 2023 now. On the 27th of February, which is a couple of days ago, again I was hacked. I believe that my phone call was monitored. I tried to report a fraud to Action Fraud, and I was on the phone for a good hour and a bit, and there was a car parked outside my place with two women in it. Again, I filmed them, and again it'll be on here at the end. When I finished my call, it was really odd. All the way through they were sat there in the car, well, I presume, I've been told that I was being monitored basically, and as soon as I stopped talking and hung up, the two ladies, one of them got out. I took photographs of her, and the other car drove off. I took photos of the car and the registration plate. I then found out last night that my computer had been hacked, and it had been hacked since December the 12th, 2022. There was a Skype account had been put onto my phone, which I presume that's how they were hacking me. But it was also on my computer. I've got details of that account, which I'm going to put on here as well. And I didn't have a Skype account on my computer, but it had been put on. I didn't have a Skype account on my phone either, but that had also been put on. I went on last night and I deleted these things off and signed out of those accounts. As I say, I've taken a note of them, and the name and the number of the Sky account that came up is a CID. I'll tell you what it is in a sec. So it's a CID live.cid.f553 CE8, and then it's a long number, and I've got it all written down, but it's weird that it's CID, it says on it, and it was at the time that I was being hacked by these people who were sat in the car park outside my house again. And like I say, I've got pictures of them. I'm going to put a couple of pictures up at the end of this video, and this was the 27th of February 2023. So I've been hacked since 2020, 2021, 2022 and 2023. By the looks of things, it's by the police, because this car here was an officer, police officer in uniform, out of uniform. He's been there since 2020, and he was the original first officer that I tried to report what happened to my mum. So I'm being hacked by the police. So I do feel that I am being harassed, and all I've ever been trying to do is report the crime of what happened to my mum in 2018. When I found the paperwork in 2020, I've been trying to report what happened to my mum, and how the hospital records are all, there's an extra 10 days of hospital records, and the hospital records are written by people's handwriting that I recognise, which are family members, I believe. I've been trying to report this forever. I'm not allowed to report it to the police, and the police are hacking me. I'm not too sure what to do, so I'm just going to put it on here because I haven't got any choices, I don't believe. I know that they're hacking me because all these things come up on my computers and on my devices, and it's just continuous harassment. I hired a forensic investigation team in 2020. They used magnet forensics to look into all the hacking, and they said that it's what the police use to look into terrorism and things like that. Well, I feel that I'm being terrorised by the police just because I'm trying to tell the truth about what happened to my mum. My mum died in 4 days. In the hospital records, the GP records say that she actually died in 3 days, but I saw her dead on the 4th day. My friend, who's the site manager in the hospital, spoke to me in the hospital on the day that my mum died. It's a different day to the day that the coroner says that my mum died. The letter that's in the GP records is from the coroner's office, and it says that my mum died on the 23rd. There's a mortuary witness statement, also from the coroner's office, that's got the 24th, the day that I saw my mum dead, and it says on the mortuary witness statement 24th. The hospital say that says the 29th. The GP records say 23rd. Mortuary witness statement says 24th. My friend, who's the site manager, spoke to me in the hospital and sent me a message on the 24th, which was the day that I saw my mum dead, yet the hospital records go on to the 28th. I'm just trying to make everything quite clear. In January 2020, I found out about what happened to my mum in the hospital, and the fact that she went into hospital and died in 3 or 4 days. When I first found out about it, I tried to report it to the police in Honiton Police Station, and the first officer I reported it to, he kind of took the mick, which was very rude, I thought. After that, about the end of April, this car, VW Golf, you can see the reg plate there, turned up outside my place, and it was there all the way through the lockdown, from April right through to October, November of 2020. I saw there was also a police car down the road from me every night, and in it had the first officer that I reported everything to. I was being hacked all the way through 2020, and my Facebook account was being hacked and things being changed on it and all sorts of things. There was also this car, this was also in 2020, and he acted very mysterious, very strangely. I've got a good friend who's ex-CID. I've got a couple of good friends who are ex-cops who gave me great advice, and they said anytime you find anyone acting suspiciously, you should film them or take a note of them. I've got all the dates when these cars turned up, and this is the other car, and it was a BMW with Mr. L Blob written on it. He was acting suspicious at the times when I was being hacked as well.